Hello, my name is Richard and I want to show you some of the places I visited in Brussels. I stayed there for a total of 2 days.
We start our journey into Brussels in La Grande Place. The Grand Square is probably the most photographed place in Brussels.
This video was from way back 2019 by the way, and you can see that there's a lot of people here. That's not a surprise because this is one of the most beautiful squares that I've seen. There are a lot of buildings around the square. This one is the City Hall with a beautiful spire. And this one is the Brussels City Museum. And this is the house where Victor Hugo stayed. This was in one of the hidden corners of the square. I thought this was a statue of Jesus Christ, but it's not. It's of a local hero, and many believe that it will bring you good luck if you touch his right hand. There is a short queue, so I had to wait a few minutes before I was able to reach the counter.
So our first food stop in Brussels is Fritland. They specialize in fries. I ordered fries with curry ketchup. It's good.
The fries are really good, especially because they're freshly made, and you can choose other sauces like mayonnaise, hot sauce, mustard. I explored the area outside the Grand Square, and this street is lined with so many chocolate stores and waffle shops. They all look so good. I wanted to get one, but there's no place to eat them, so yeah, and it's hard when you have your luggage with you. Anyway, this is what I came here for. This cute statue of a small boy is easily one of the most recognizable symbols of Brussels. Today, the statue was naked, but on some days they would dress him up in different costumes. I explored other parts of this area, and when I got tired, I went to this bar. I have an hour or so left before I could check into my Airbnb, so I had a glass of light beer, which was nice. It's now 2 p.m. so I quickly checked into my Airbnb and left my luggage. Then I took the train to this very famous spot. It's called the Atomium.
Designed as the symbol and principal pavilion of the Brussels World Fair in 1958, this enormous 102-meter sculpture of an atom has become the image of the Belgian capital.
It's nice to walk around the park, take some photos. You can buy a ticket to go up and enter two of the spheres. There are exhibits about the 1958 Expo. The Atomium looks so futuristic even though it was built in the 1950s.
Another popular Belgian snack are waffles, and instead of getting them from the stores around the Grand Square, we're getting them from this small food truck. They're much cheaper, so let's give it a try.
The waffles were delicious. They were nice and crispy and hot. I decided to go with chocolate sauce, but there's a lot of options. You can choose Nutella, peanut butter, or something savory like cheese. It's starting to get dark, so I decided to go back to the area around Sainte-Catherine Square.
And for dinner, we're going to Bao Go. They serve burgers with an Asian twist. Let's go!
I ordered cheeseburger with a side of sweet potato fries. I think if the buns were just regular burger buns, it would taste a lot better. It's the end of day 1 and I'll show you my Airbnb. This is a small studio that is maybe 10 to 15 minutes walk from the Grand Square. It's nice and clean, everything's working. And there's a small kitchen in the corner. This is day 2 and the first stop is this very large garden. The building with a nice dome is actually a music venue where concerts and shows are held. The garden looks a bit tired, maybe because it's winter, but I'm sure this would look fantastic during summer with beautiful flowers and everything. So from Le Botanique, I walked south and after about 10 minutes of walking, I passed by this beautiful column which commemorates the creation of the Belgian Constitution. The eternal flame was added in honor of the soldiers who died during World War I. And after several more minutes of walking, I reached the Brussels Park. It is the largest park in Brussels. I did not spend too much time here, but it would have been great to explore it because there are a lot of nice sculptures in the park. Just across the park is the Royal Palace. The King and the Queen do not live in it, but only use it for official functions. I read that it is open to the public, but it was closed when I was there. Next, I explored the area around the Royal Square. This is the busier part of the city, and there are a lot of museums in this area. Like this one, this is the Royal Fine Arts Museum. This is actually the back of the building because I forgot to take a video of the front. And finally, we reached the Royal Square with the statue of Godfrey of Bouillon in its center. A few minutes walk from the Royal Square is this beautiful church called Church of Our Blessed Lady of the Sablon. The church was built in the 15th century. This is a great place to visit to admire its beautiful stained glass windows. This park is just across the church. Aside from the statue in the middle, there are 58 other statues and statuettes around the park. Of course, I did not go looking for all of them. A short train ride from the city center will take you to the Jubilee Park. This was built to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the Belgian Revolution. The main attraction of the park is the Triumph Arch, and on opposite wings of the arch are museums like the Royal Art and History Museum. I went back to the Sainte-Catherine Square to have a very late lunch. This place serves mussels. I was so excited because I have not had mussels in such a long time. The mussels came with a side of fries. It was delicious, 5 stars. Next, I went to the Queen's Gallery to buy some chocolates to bring home. There are a lot of choices here, many different shops, so I bought a few items from several stores because I wasn't sure which one was good. And on my way back to my Airbnb, I stopped by the Christmas market at the St. Catherine Square. And that's the end of my trip. Overall, I enjoyed my very short stay in Brussels, and I hope to be back soon. Thank you.